Did you know that a book that promotes discussion about racism has recently been removed from a local school's curriculum at the request of a police organization, no less? My name is Carolyn, and I'm a librarian with the Southwest Regional Library in Broward County, and I'm going to talk to you today about Banned Books Week, and one of the books not everyone is happy to have on our library shelves. Should this book be banned? Librarians believe you should have the right to read whatever books you choose and make up your own mind. A 12-year-old boy, a black boy, with a toy gun in the park. A 911 call dispatched, man waving a gun. A nervous cop, a white cop with a real gun. A split-second decision that will change two families' lives forever. Ghost Boys by Jewel Parker Rhodes is a book that deals with the issues of racial prejudice and police shootings. It introduces us to several victims, one fictional and several real boys who died because they were black. This book has been removed from the school curriculum in Coral Springs, Florida, which places it in the category of a banned book. Jerome is a 12-year-old black boy living in a poor neighborhood in Chicago. He likes to stay out of trouble and do the right thing. But one day, when he is bullied by some older kids at school, his friend Carlos pulls a realistic-looking toy gun and brandishes it at them, causing them to back down. He then lends the toy to Jerome. Later that day, Jerome is playing with the replica gun in the park when a police car pulls up. The officers have received a call of a man with a gun and are expecting to confront an armed adult. Jerome sees them and turns to run away, but before the police car even comes to a halt, Officer Moore has fired at the suspect, killing him. Jerome's story does not end with his death at the hands of a policeman. He joins the ranks of the Ghost Boys, others like himself, whose lives were cut short due to racial prejudice and violence. Among them, he meets Tamir Rice, another 12-year-old boy, shot while playing with a toy gun, whose real-life story provides the basis for this book. And Emmett Till, who was kidnapped and gunned down in 1955 Mississippi at the age of 14 after having the audacity to speak to a white female store clerk. Emmett's mother insisted that there be an open casket at his funeral so people could see for themselves what had happened to her son. His death helped galvanize the civil rights movement. As a ghost, Jerome is able to attend his own funeral and witness how his death has devastated his family. He attends the hearings as the officer who shot him is brought to trial, and he meets the officer's daughter, who is the only person who is still able to see him. Ghost Boys ultimately carries a message of forgiveness in confronting the issue of racial prejudice. The book has been used in schools to promote dialogue on the subject and was being used in a classroom in Coral Springs, Florida, when the director of the local Fraternal Order of Police wrote to the Broward County School Board and asked them to remove the book from their curriculum. His concern? That the book portrays all police officers as racists who regularly lie as they routinely murder children. He did not want fifth-grade readers to come away with the impression that every police officer is automatically motivated by racial prejudice and described the book as anti-cop propaganda. Currently, reading assignments dealing with this book in Coral Springs schools are paused or on hold until further notice, as school board members consider whether this book should be included. A similar reckoning and removal occurred a year earlier in Kingsburg, California. A Kirkus review describes Ghost Boys as a timely, challenging book that's worthy of a read, further discussion, and action. In light of current events involving George Floyd and other police-involved shootings, this book could be used to provide a jumping-off point for conversations about prejudice on both sides. That is, most black people are not criminals, and most police officers don't take the job because they are racially motivated to do harm. Ghost Boys digs beyond the stereotypes to show both Jerome and Officer Moore as human beings, and one key to overcoming prejudice and racial violence is to trade stereotypes and fear for understanding and compassion. Perhaps Ghost Boys is a step in the right direction. If this book discussion piques your curiosity, please share it with your friends. Thank you.